Yeah, I'll just go over some of the ones that I had on here. We can all just kind of talk about some of these honorable mentions that didn't make it. I mean, from the 70s, we got Mean Streets, The French Connection, and The Sting, which I had. I mean, I thought Mean Streets was going to go for sure.
I thought Serpico or Taxi Driver.
Mean Streets was on my list.
I mean, all great choices. The 80s, I thought maybe someone might hit on The Untouchables. I think that's a great movie. My quote unquote dark horse for the 80s was Witness, the Harrison Ford movie. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but that's a great movie as well. The 90s, honestly, I'm shocked. I'm shocked at the 90s. I can't I'm blown away.
The top of my list was Fargo is on there.
Yeah.
Shawshank Redemption didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
The Fugitive didn't make it. Casino didn't make it.
Mm-hmm. Reservoir Dogs. Point Break. Pulp Fiction. Lock, Stock. Carlito's Way. Boys in the Hood. The one
that I was almost gonna pick. That was gonna be my depending on how things went, the way I thought the draft was gonna go. Office Space.
That is a dark horse.
That's a
White Collar Crime.
I really wanted to pick that.
White Collar Crime.
I love it. We don't think about that enough. That's good.
Yeah. It just happened to be the same category as my all-time favorite movie, so I couldn't do it.
It's a hard to get around that. 2000s. I mean, City of God, I think was one that I was
I thought about that.
If someone had taken The Dark Knight, I would have taken City of God.
That's what. If Departed was gone, I would have taken that.
I thought for sure you guys would take it.
Yeah.
I love that movie so much. I mean, Layer Cake, In Bruges, A History of Violence. There's a lot of good stuff from 2000s.
In Bruges. Oh, man.
I was thinking about that right after I said Bronson. I was like, damn it.
Yeah. If I had remembered that one, I think I would have taken it.
That one endeared me to Colin Farrell. I knew him before and I didn't dislike him, but watching that, I was like, I like this guy. I'll watch what he's doing.
And now that I think about it, now I'm wishing I would have picked that for my unsung gem after watching The Rules of Attraction and how upset I was.
You guys can do more unsung gems. I will allow it.
All right.
Well, Josh said it's okay. So
unsung gems round 2. I'm coming up eventually. And then 2010s, the one that I was weighing the most. I mean, we talked about Baby Driver, which I think would have been a great choice. But the one that I was weighing the most was Uncut Gems. Speaking of unsung gems, because
I had that on my short list.
I mean, that was one that just that hit me. That was I felt a way after watching that movie, which is exactly what the Safdie brothers wanted to do. And I was like, man, that I need something. I need to relax somehow because
I had this movie both Uncut Gems and Good Time on my
short list. I was just going to ask you guys if you'd seen Good Time. That's so awesome.
That was a great movie.
One of the very first movies back when Ben and I, before I knew Matt existed, when Ben and I were just doing this thing by ourselves, Ben had nominated Sicario, and I think that was the second movie we watched in our little club here. So that was on my list for the 2010s. Have you guys seen Hell or High Water?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah, that would have been on my list too.
So I had Wolf of Wall Street, which was my that was my crowd pleaser pick. But if Drive was gone, I probably would have picked Hell or High Water. That would have been my left turn pick. But yeah, I'm glad Drive was there, so I took that.
Yeah,
that one was one I just watched. I think we watched that for our little.
We may have,
yeah. I didn't know much about it, but it's a good one, man.
Yeah, that was another Western. Zero expectation movie going into it. I was like, oh, this is good. And I'm a sucker for Ben Foster for some reason. 3:10 to Yuma, whatever he's in, I'll check it out. I like Ben Foster a lot. The only other one that I was I didn't know that I would pick it, but definitely made my short list was The Bling Ring. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
That's a really fun movie. I like that one a lot. I guess maybe that would have been my Matt Weiler pick. I'm like, oh yeah, that is a crime movie. I don't necessarily think about it that way. I mean, it is. It's about thieves, but it's not. It didn't come to mind initially, and eventually, I thought about it. I'm like, oh, Bling Ring's a great movie. But did you guys have any others at all that you wanted to throw out real quick?
I had Nightcrawler on my 2010s.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
And now that I'm thinking about it, Hustlers. That was on Showtime. I was flipping through the channels and I watched the last 2/3 of that. The first time I watched Hustlers, I thought it was fine, but it's actually it's very rewatchable and it's a cool movie. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one could have been on the 2010s. Beverly Hills Cop and Lethal Weapon from the 80s.
Totally.
Yeah.
We didn't even touch on. I thought that was kind of crazy. I thought for sure those would go. And when you brought up The Dark Knight, I had also on the 80s, I had Batman, the original Batman.
Yeah.
And I was also questioning. I'm like, I don't know if this counts, but it's like his whole thing is fighting crime. So it's a crime movie, you know. But
I think it totally fits. Yeah, I think that's great. Yeah, Lethal Weapon and Beverly. Maybe at some point we'll do a like cop movie draft or a Rushmore of cop movies. I think those would definitely make the cut for that, without a doubt. So, yeah, I don't know, Matt, Josh, do you have anything else you want to add in? Some movies that didn't get picked, you thought might get taken?
These movies I didn't necessarily think would get taken, but I had on my short list anyways. In the 70s, I had Bugsy Malone.
Okay.
Which, for whatever reason, and I didn't even know it was as old as it was. It's like 1979 or something. I remember watching that a bunch as a kid. I don't know why. And I don't remember a ton from it other than that I really liked it. From the 80s, I had Akira.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
On there. Because those motorcycle gangs are vicious and awesome. And
Taika Waititi is doing that.
I think he left it. I think it like ran into too much red tape. I don't know for sure, but I was excited when I heard he was going to do the live action of that. But
I didn't know he was on that.
I don't know what the status of it is right now. I think it's kind of in flux between Thor
COVID
and Star
got
Wars
it
and stuff. So yeah,
dang, yeah, that story rules. And then 90s Dick Tracy.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
with Al Pacino.
Yeah,
it's a really good one. And Madonna.
I
so
forgot
good
about Dick Tracy.
It's a great.
That was always weird as a kid because my mom's name is Tracy. So I was like, it was like, I don't know. I was young. It freaked me out.
Yeah, definitely get that. How about you, Josh? Were there any that you just wanted to shout out that didn't get mentioned?
I think like for the 70s, Godfather 2, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I think Godfather 1, Godfather 2 is a package deal. Ben, you need to watch it.
So do I, on that note.
Godfather 2 is amazing. Dog Day Afternoon was another one I had on there. Another Al Pacino, but amazing.
That's a
John
great
Cazale's
movie.
in that as well. Like he was in Godfather, played Fredo.
So good.
And he's freaking good in that too. He's amazing. For the 90s, I can't believe, Casino didn't come up. I can't believe Pulp and Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Shawshank Redemption. Didn't come up. Although I don't know if that's a crime movie. I guess what he does is a crime, and he's in prison for a crime. But
yeah, I don't know. He breaks out.
He's doing some more white collar crime. They're in prison.
Yeah, hustles the guards.
He breaks out of jail. That's kind of a crime.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the end of the movie, he commits a crime and leaves. But I had that on my list of
it's a good one.
Honorable mentions.
Yeah, and for the 80s, I had like Blood Simple on my short list.
Yeah.
But you'll have it on your desert island.
Yep, they're on my desert island. That's right.
Cool.